In this edition of Ken Dixon's Audio Archive, you come to understand who I'm a fan of. A little bit. A smidgen. First one is, I was a fan of Richard Thompson. The minute I heard his guitar and his singing and his emotion, I was hooked. So the first time I got to see Richard was on April 3rd, 1985 at Peabody's Down Under in Cleveland, Ohio. It was with the full band, Clive Gregson, Christine Collister. Met Simon, the soundboard guy who later became Mr. Sean Colvin, the subject of Sonny Came Home, and that heartbreaking album. But anyhow, the opening act was my local jam band, first generation jam band, Oroboros. I was such a fan that I was an investor in the first album, Different Feeling, and later put out their records on my own label, Meyer Records. April 3rd, 1985.
It's the whole band, huh?
Oh, it's...
Because I opened for him later, acoustic, too.
Yes, this was a different night. The night you're talking about that you opened for him was February 1st, 89. I videoed that show, but this is 4 years prior with the Richard Thompson Band. So tell me what you remember about Thompson and...
Let's see, so, Richard, you know, with Fairport Convention, I didn't know who he was in the band, except I liked his guitar playing, not knowing who was playing guitar. I wasn't like an avid Fairport Convention fan, but I really liked their stuff. Mm-hmm. I liked the female singer.
Which one? The one that just
died? The first, the one that, not the, well, I like both of them.
Yeah, Judy Dibble just died.
Right, she just died, yeah, you're right about that. And no, it was the first one. It was the one in the early...
Sandy Denny.
Yeah, Sandy Denny, up until, that was their heyday. She was their heyday.
Ironic, that's what record label that they got their stuff released on, reissued on, Heyday Records.
Heyday Records, are you kidding me?
No, part of Carthage Records. And
I'm full of synchronicities.
You are.
Hilarious. But anyway, yeah, Richard, and so why I liked Richard Thompson was that his guitar had some techniques that I really liked. So he did this, he was one of the very first ones that did the, well, what's called pinch harmonics. Basically, you take a guitar pick and you hold it like this, and you hit the pick hits the string, but then it hits your thumb. And you could adjust your thumb so there's a high plunky sound. So you know how Garcia does Tennessee Jet, you know, and so, you know, Robbie Robertson used that technique. Who's the blues player that hung himself? Horrible story, but a great player.
Roy Buchanan.
Roy Buchanan used that technique. The first person I ever heard to use it was Richard Thompson. Plus, Richard Thompson had this weird... I didn't know he's finger picking at the time. He's finger picking, and he either has Irish heritage. You know, that's what I forgot to ask him. I said when I talked to him the first time, I think it was, I asked him. I said, you know, are you influenced by you know, Celtic music? And he goes, oh yes, of course. And I asked him if he knew a band called the Bothy Band, which was just, well, you got to look into them, Ken. That is. This ding's for you. And the Bothy Band, they were a really good band, and they sort of did electric along with traditional Irish music, and they were really turned me on to Irish music. And he knew about the Bothy Band, and so I asked him sort of about his guitar. Mostly we talk about guitar. The second time I saw him, well, that night it was pretty hurried, and I asked him about the guitar, how old his guitar was, which was a Stratocaster. It was a 50, or sorry, I think it was a 61 or 2. I think it was the same year as Blackie, or at least components of Blackie, because Clapton put that together, you know, just with pieces, parts. That was a Franken Strat, actually, Clapton's, and so like my red Strat. Same sort of thing. But anyway, it was like a 61, but it was all stock. But it was beat to hell, but it's, oh, what a sound. Oh my God, it was such a great sound. So when he came back, Oh, I remember. What year was this?
85.
Yeah. All right. So that night he saw that I had a, we were upstairs at Peabody's down under it. There was 2 rooms, but it's all open, and so the band was there. Oroboros was there, and his band was up there. And we were, commiserating, and he saw that I was, tuning up or whatever. He saw that I had a time guitar, which was made by designed by Paul Languedoc, who was Fish's sound man. And he said, I have one of those. And I said, well, how come you're not playing it? He goes, well, I just sort of went back to Strats or my first love. So that's pretty much what we talked about.
Yeah.
And then it was so funny because a couple of years later, of course, you gave me the correct date because I don't remember. I don't remember. I have that CRS, can't remember shit.
I never knew what that was till today.
Terrible disease, but we both have it, So anyway, he remembered the second time about the time. He goes, you still playing that? I said, yeah, I'm still playing it. I said, it's heavy. I'm thinking of getting something different, and I eventually did. So, although I got to tell you that at this time, I might have things confused because I'm looking at the date.
You couldn't have had a Fish guitar before Fish existed.
No. I think that he saw the guitar in 89.
The 89, yeah.
Because I'm looking at this in 85. I was still playing my Silver Anniversary Strat from 1979. 79 is where they started. That was the first reissue in the world, ever. And it had a 4-bolt neck before CBS. Once they bought Fender, pre-CBS was a Leo Fender. 64 he sold the 65 he sold the company, and they started cheaping out in the 70s, early 70s. They started doing 3-bolt necks. So don't ever buy a 70s guitar, a Fender.
As I have sold you musical instruments, I can't do that.
So if Kenny sold me this amplifier, that this one, my amp tech, Bill Kale, he wants it so badly. It's a 1954 Gibson Les Paul. It's made of the same exact components that the Fender Champ was made of. And Clapton used that in a Fender Champ in the studio to do all of Layla, the whole thing. And my friend Bill, he had fixed it. By the way, it's broken again. I have to get a new transformer. For a transformer went kabooey. Second time it went. But that amp is incredible. And he sold me this really cool little lap steel, Fender lap steel, which I proceeded to try. One of the knobs was so old that it came
corroded off.
And I proceeded to try to heat up the post. I got some new black sort of plastic posts to put on the metal post, and I proceeded to leave the tool I was using, the whatever for solder gun, and it fell off and it burned the damn part of the
fret.
Not the fret, but some part of the part of the body has a little mark now. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, that thing, if you'll recall, when I went to the house sale, I bought it from the original owner, whose parents made him take lessons one year, and he.
On that?
Yes, and he said, I went to it for 10 weeks and never touched it again, and it's been in the case since I finished the lessons. So you are the third owner, but the second owner didn't do anything but sell it to you. So
that's the archetypal guitar under the bed story.
Mm-hmm,
some old lady has a guitar, she had her son never played it, sat under the bed for 50 years and it wasn't touched. That's the same story.
Yeah.
Now, I would love to find a Stratocaster like that. That's it. But anyway, so Richard, I just love Richard Thompson. He was great. He's a very friendly, very personable person. The second time we got together, I played acoustic when I opened up for him, and he played acoustic. And I had as a backup my the time guitar. That's when he saw it. And or he remembered it from the other time. I can't remember which is which, but I'm almost positive I had a Stratocaster.
I am too, because it's 85.
Yeah.
The fish didn't exist yet, so you couldn't have
No,
gotten
they
it.
existed.
In 85?
Yeah. And Languedoc, this was before, Languedoc was working for Time
before
Company. Right.
Fish.
He was working for Time. They were in the 80s, and they were in Burlington, Vermont. And he designed the guitar, and then they it's not mass produced it, but, they did it. They used that design.
Yeah.
I think it's an AT22 or something like that, a Time guitar. They're real rare.
Tom, now you brought up Thompson and the Irish influence, and there were so many jigs and reels within his solos of any song or anything.
Yeah.
But what I think is also so unique is an almost, and it's probably from his Muslim faith, an Arabic influence.
Yes, well, that Celtic music and Arabic music and even Oriental music are very, very, very similar.
Related.
Real similar. They use some of the same forms as far as song forms. They use some of the same scalings. Our harmonic, who cares what it's called? Our harmonic minor seventh scale is based sort of on that, on those
styles.
Those ancient styles, sort of. And so, if you want to listen to Richard Thompson, a quintessential lead of his is in Bonnie Raitt and him got together to do "Dimming of the Day," which was a song that he sort of brought to the forefront. I think that he wrote it.
He wrote it,
but it's an old song. You know what I
it?
mean? It's sort of like the Dead's, "Lady with a Fan." That's an old, ancient song, or Celtic sort of song. And we actually played a little bit of that together because I just dug that song so much, and. I got to play with him, which was really cool. I said, "Hey, you want to join me on stage?" And
he didn't.
He wouldn't do it. Same thing with Hunter. I got to play with Hunter, Robert Hunter, but he wouldn't come on stage. But we played a little bit together. He was just goofing around, and I had my guitar there, so I sort of chimed in, right? And the only two people that ever joined me on stage when I asked them was Norma and Jack.
What about Little Feet Dudes?
I was just going to get to that. The guy, Paul Bure and Fred Tackett. Yeah, those guys were nicest people. Paul was such a nice guy. Yeah, we didn't know each other from Adam, right? And I go, well, would you like to sit in with us? Thinking that he was going to say no, and he goes, yeah, sure. And I go, oh, great. I said, well, what do you want to play? He goes, I don't know. And I said, well, how about some blues song? Because I knew what I wanted to play already. And he goes, as long as it's in G. And I go, perfect. Because we did You Win Again, what's...
Hank Williams.
Yeah, Hank Williams song. And it was like we played it a million times together. I mean, if you watch the video on our website, it's like...
Perfect. Like you were comfortable.
There is some sort of connection there, I believe, with certain musicians. It's almost like, I played with this guy before, you know what I mean? Like sort of deja vu, and I believe that's possibly true, We all have our genetic codes that allow us to communicate on any level. Right.
You meet a person that you've never met before, and you can talk your face off, and then
and you see, and you get this flash. Man, I've been here. What is this? Do I know this person? And the answer is probably yes, right?
Yes, I honestly believe there's.
Well, Kenny, you and me, man. I mean, come on.
Well, what's that?
It just came out.
Look at the set for when you open for Thompson. Which of your compositions mean the most to you?
Celebration song.
Tell me about that one. Or tell me, pick a song that means something.
Well,
I'm sure they all mean something.
Sing It to Your Children, which is
obvious.
Snake of Good Fortune was a good one. That was me telling myself I had to clean up. Really, it was, and I mean, you could see from the lyrics me talking to a demon in a bar. Well, it says it all. Boy, there's a lot of my shit in this one. Shake It to the Limit. I haven't played these songs for years.
Shake It to the Limit.
Happening Every Day was about after I got straight, sober and all, and that was about the whole experience too. Sing It to Your Children. Have no clue still what that's about, except for Teach Your Children. That was a rip off of the thought of
Yes, I know it.
Yeah, and now, so there was two, I have to tell you, there's two influences on Sing It to Your Children. Whether I knew it or not at that time, now I see it. Franklin's Tower.
Yeah.
It was the same thing.
Yeah,
It was slow. It was a slower version of Franklin's Tower.
Yeah.
And the jam was both John McLaughlin and Little Feat's The Fan.
Huh.
Because that's why I love that those weird timing songs. You know, that one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That's a cool thing to jam off of because you're open to doing. There is no structure really, if you know what I mean. There's no, like, you could do all sorts of like out of the box sort of things with
to work your way back to it.
Right. Yeah. Right. The original song works for your way. I had to have a signpost to get back to the original song.
Okay.
That's what I always stick on a tune is some sort of. If there's a jam, there's some sort of signpost to get out of the jam back into the song. Right. That's a rip off of Garcia too. Signpost to new space, right? That's what he said. New Day is one of my songs too. Again, that's that whole. I was on this whole kick of we have to be positive, which I still am.
Yeah.
You know, North Coast Water. Oh Jesus, I don't know. Sort of sappy. Celebration song, the same thing. I don't know. We still do. I see Cogan's song in here. I miss Bill every day, you know. But we sort of joined Snake of Good Fortune or Agathus, which was that was a Greek word for Oroboros. And Bill had the song Peyote Sam that he wrote. He's writing about the desert and taking peyote and all this. And he's writing it in Mayfield Heights on Genesee Road in his backyard. You know, he's in the middle of suburbia in Cleveland. He writes this song. And so we joined them together with a little jam, and that's how that happened. Yeah. Anyway, wow, we did a lot of originals. And look at this. Look at this.
Here is a Oroboros.
Relic.
So, hope you enjoy this one.
Talking of the situation, that's when I will let you know. About me dropped a baby born, smiling face, a look forlorn. Good to choose your path today, we'll go and dance the night away. Dance, she can dance. Dance, she can dance. Dance, she can dance.
dance. Dance. You can dance.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
It's an original song called Celebration Song. We're going to do a bunch of our own songs tonight. This next song is called North Coast Water.
The sand, I am riding on the way, setting down the hill that the snowfall made. I'm waiting on things, man, it won't be long. Just let it go, baby, come like the song. Winter and summer and spring and fall. Asleep or awake, man, it won't be long. Roll like a robber and sing this song. All night long, all day long. Can't go wrong. Come around like the song. Trying to cope, all I can say, baby, sing you some hope. We all have the feeling of coming at last. All I can say, baby, is too much past. Winter and summer and spring and fall. Asleep or awake, man, it won't be long. Roll like a robber and sing this song. All night long, all day long. Can't go wrong. Come around like a song. The sun is to shine. We all got a personal mountain to climb. Water is healing, the sun lets us know that pain doesn't last, baby, it just makes us cold. Winter and summer and spring and fall. Asleep or awake, man, it won't be long. Roll like a robber and sing this song. All night long, all day long. Can't go wrong. Come around like the song. Sand, I am riding on a wave, sitting on the hill that the snowfall made. I'm waiting on things, man, it won't be long. Just let it go, baby, come like the song. Winter and summer and spring and fall. Asleep or awake, man, it won't be long. Roll like a robber and sing this song. All night long, all day long. Can't go wrong. Come around like the song.
Thanks, appreciate that. It's another original song. It's another song of ours called Judgment Day Blues.
everything you got from now on is gonna belong to the stage. Walking through the desert and you find that lost gold mine. Fill your cantina with those that's too thin line. Well, you better think twice, mister. Well, that's what I think you better do. 'Cause gold is just rock now. It's amazing what a piece of paper can do.
You when that judgment comes to you. Oh Lord, what can you do? Well, I got the judgment day blue.
Thanks, appreciate
Johnny,
that.
This yellow light back here is bothering all these people up here. So could you turn that one off? This yellow one back here. Thanks.
We're going to do another song of ours called Start a New Day.
Watching my life just fade away, and the old man is deep inside me. He says that ain't no way to live, boy, no how, no way. Be real and rock it, you will feel it alright. Alright, alright, say alright. Be real and rock it, and you will feel it. Better stand on that, it'll give you the mind.
Alright.
And all the boys up in the newsroom say you're a laughing, screaming, dreaming, and your time is gone away. But the old man is deep inside me. He He says go laughing, screaming, dreaming every night and every day. Be real and rocking, you will feel it alright.
Alright.
Alright, say alright. Be real and rocking, you will feel it. You better savor on that and it'll give you the mind. So go out and start the new day. You know the bad goes with the good, what more could I say? And the old man, he's deep inside me. He says go laughing, screaming, dreaming every night and every day. Be real and rocking, you will feel it alright.
Alright.
Well, alright, say alright. Be real and rocking, you will feel it alright.
Alright.
Alright, say alright. Be real and rocking, you will feel it alright.
Alright.
Well, alright, say alright. I said be real and rocking, you will feel it alright.
Alright.
Say alright.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate that.
New day.
Thanks a lot. We're going to do a little medley of some of our songs. This first one's called Sing It to Your Children.
Did you ever try to run from the problems of a gun when the cold barrel looks you in the eye? When the bleak and the cold, they just chews you to the bone, but the full moon tells you it's a lie. It's a very scary thing when Clytemnestra sings by revenge of the last child die. Go down off your shelf to express yourself, let your knowing the core down inside. It's the center that's a cause, come and take a small pause, let the forces throw you for a ride. Sing it to your children, sing it to your children, sing it to your children, sing it to your children. Sometimes I feel naked, like a fox out on the run. You know that feeling sorry for ourselves, that's not so fun. So try and try again, we haven't even yet begun. Or eagle on high, 'cause you know this life is short, and teach your children what you are, or the land that you know will surely die. Take this darkness and the storm like the bull by the horn, shake him down, don't lead him round, you can try. Take this darkness and the storm like the bull by the horn, shake him down, lead him round, you can try. Sing it to your children, sing it to your children, sing it to your children, sing it to your children. Sometimes I feel naked like a fox out on the run. You know, feeling sorry for ourselves, that's not so fun. So try again, we haven't even yet begun. No, we haven't! When you're burning your eyes out,
give it some sun.
Can't see it unless you rock your roll. Love the girl with the long brown hair. Finally found the one, better take that care, 'cause love isn't fucking around. Had enough of that, nearly laid me in the ground. I was seeing the world, I was feeling it. Wasn't finding myself to blame. I was groveling round in my own church, too caught up in the game. Like a sleepy-eyed Joe awaking real slow, looking in the mirror to say, before you help the world out, boy, make it happen in every day. Make it happen in every day right now. Make it happen in every day. Make it happen in every day right now. Make it happen in every day. So darling, find your way, my friend. Make it happen in every day. It's just one day at a time, my friend. Make it happen in every day. Make it happen in every day right now. Make it happen in every day. Make it happen in every day right now. Make it happen in every day. Time to call it yours or mine, yeah. Make it shine like a diamond ring. That's the most important thing. You can't look in the past, but don't live in that dream. The future's just a part of that doll. I can't see it just yet, let it bring you back to now.
Right now.
myself to see myself taking shit to ease my pain. I was down the street running scared and tired, you caught up in the game. And the spirit falls and well up inside and saying, heed the words I cry. You can't help the world unless you help yourself. Let it go and let it ride. Make it happen in every day right now. Make it happen in every day. Make it happen in every day right now. Make it happen in every day. So darling, find your way, my friend. Make it happen in every day. It's just one day at a time, my friend. Make it happen in every day. Make it happen in every day right now. Make it happen in every day. Make it happen in every day right now. Make it happen in every day. Said, look here, son, you'll be having fun if you only played this game. Said a minute for the laughs, taking chances, just a natural gas, drinking wine, spend the time, chasing women all the time. I said, hey, this sounds familiar, can you tell me why it does? Could you see him, Mr. Demon, we're all afflicted with your hearts. Is it jealousy and envy? I got no one else to blame. He's in pain, being insane, try running from the rain. Just separate, I'm not here, I don't want no more of that game. Cause if I come out a winner, I'm a loser just the same, just the same. Yeah. Watching branches to unfold, maybe left or right, but straight ahead, never back, that's what I'm told. And the tree that's standing there, making me truly come aware that the games we play, the defense we meet, would always should be there. So get on out of here, demon, I don't want no more of that game, cause if I come out a winner, I'm a loser just the same, just the same. Yeah.
I rode out on the desert sand on a horse, Peyote Sam. With his ears he could hear your thoughts, with his eyes he could see your soul. The desert sun was hot that day, there was a cool breeze anyway. I looked down at Sam to see, he looked up to smile at me. You, might say that he was insane. You might say that he played no game. 2 weeks on that desert sand, I saw lizard, I thought I saw man. I heard owls and I heard owls. I played cards with cactus men. Well, things were sunken very dry, including our water supply. I told Sam I thought we'd die. He looked up, he just winked his eye. You might say that he was insane. You might say that he played no games. 2 more days, come and gone, seemed like nearly 2 months long. I was walking barely, but with no regrets. Sam was just, well, he was dragging on. Just when I thought it was the end of the line, Sam rose up, he cried for wine. The desert sky was filled with clouds of sky. He got to cry. Well, I rode out on the desert sand on a horse, Peyote Sam. With his ears, he could hear your thoughts. With his eyes, he could see your soul. You might say that he was insane. You might say that he played no games. You might say that Sam was insane. You might say that Sam played no games. Don't let other people make you feel small. It's just their way to make themselves look tall. Stand up and shout your dream out, awaken us all. We are each people on the earth and there's no time to stall. There's a different feeling in me, you can't take away or she, yeah. There's a different feeling in me, you can't take away or she. When will there be a day when we can finally rest? Living when we're alive, not racing to our death. Or can you say you care, or is it less to expect us to smile as you take away life's breath? There's a different feeling in me, you can't take away or see. There's a different feeling in me, you can't take away or see. Each new day, it's a new passion play. We've got to get together, we've got to say, don't take away our freedom, what's little left today. I feel a great spirit, you know water is on the way. There's a different feeling in me, you can't take away or see, yeah. There's a different feeling in me, you can't take away or see. hearts are keys to open up our minds. 'Cause when we get together, we must search and find a cobra snake on the land. We must unwind to strike out injustice. We can't be blind. There's a different feeling in me you can't take away or see. There's a different feeling in me you can't take away or see. Yeah. There's a different feeling in me you can't take away or see. There's a different feeling in me you can't take away or see. City, but I'm standing right in my back door. There was this woman, well, she's sipping whiskey, but I swear that I'd been there before. She said, come on up, boy, and drink my cup, or are you afraid to go for more? I said, hold on, mama, it's been said that you're running to let it go. You've been searching for the city, but you're standing right in your back door. Oh, won't you take it? You gotta shake it to the limit once more. I'm gonna take you in, gonna shake it to the limit once more. Trying to find my home, the road didn't seem to lead nowhere, and the path that I made running round in a circle left me standing my ground right here. And that old cup of whiskey turned sour now, didn't really have to take that there. I said, oh, lordy mama, how does it go? Gonna shake your soul right there. You've been searching for the city, but that old mirage has been nowhere. I'm gonna take it, gonna shake it to the limit once more. I'm gonna take it easy, gonna shake it to the limit once more.
gonna take it, gonna shake it, gonna take it, gonna shake it. I'm gonna take it, gonna shake it, I'm gonna take it, gonna shake it. I'm gonna take it and shake it, take it and shake it. Gonna take it and shake it, gonna take it. I'm gonna take it and shake it, take it and shake it. Gonna take it and shake it, gonna take it. I'm gonna take it and shake it to the limit once more. Hey, thanks. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I'm going to do a couple cover tunes here. This first one's by Sly Stone, Sly and the Family Stone. Want to remind you, we play all around the Cleveland area. This Friday we'll be playing at JB's up in Kent. Saturday up at Peabody's in the Heights. We play around a lot, Euclid Tavern. Come and see us, okay? We're called Oroboros.
And I can be wrong. My own beliefs are in my song. A richer, a beggar, a drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. I am everyday people, yeah, yeah. There is a blue one that can't accept the green one for living with a fat one, trying to be a skinny one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on. And Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, ooh, shut. Yeah, we gotta live together. I am no better, but neither are you. We are the same, whatever we do. You love me, you hate me, you know me, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. Yeah, yeah. There is a long hair that won't accept the short hair, for being such a rich one to trying to be a poor. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on. And Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, ooh, shut. Yeah, we gotta live together. There is a white one that won't accept the black one, that won't accept the red one, that won't accept the yellow one. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on. And Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, ooh, shut. I am everyday people, yeah, yeah. Dance to the music, dance to the music, dance to the music, dance to the music. Well, all we need is a drummer for people who want to keep a beat. Oh, yeah. Well, Gary's gonna add some bass lines to make it easy to move your feet. You can clap if you want, you know. We'll add some rhythm so you can dance all night long. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, Billy's gonna add some guitar so you could go, Johnny, go. let's just say, all the squares go home. Listen to me, dance to the music, dance to the music, come on, dance to the music, got to dance to the music. Dum 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 dum. Dance to the music, dance to the music, come on, dance to the music, dance to the music, got to dance to the music, dance to the music, dance to the music, dance to the music.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks a lot. We have one more song we're going to do, and then we're going to bring Richard Thompson up, okay? We like playing here tonight. We're called Oroboros. Thanks for having us, everybody. Yeah.
Well, I was feeling oh so bad. Now when I asked my family doctor, say, what do I have? I said, doctor, now Mr. MD, hey, can you tell me what's ailing me? He said, yeah, all you need. Oh, that's all you really need is good love. Hey, you got to have loving. Good love. But you know that you got to have loving. Good love. Come on and give me your love. Good love. Well, come on, baby. Squeeze me tight. Well, don't you want your daddy to feel alright? I said, baby, now it's for sure. I got the fever, you got the cure. She said, yeah, all you need. Oh yeah, all you really need is good love. Hey, you got to have love. But you know that you got to have love. Come on and give me your love, good love. was feeling oh so bad. And when I asked my family doctor, say, what do you have? I said, doctor, now Mr. MD, say, can you tell me what
All you really need is good love. Hey, you got good love. Good love. But you know that you got good love. Good love. Come on and give me your love. Good love. And every day, we might just try to fade away, but we won't fade away, no, no. You know you got to, yeah, you got to have love, and you got to have love, yeah. You know even a blind man can feel the rays of the sun, the loving that comes from it. You know you got to have it. Turn on your love light, turn on your love light, yeah, yeah. You got to have love each and every day. To have love each and every way. You know you got to have it, yeah, yeah. Got to have it, love it each and every day. You know you got to have it every day. You know you got to have, you know you got to, yeah. Got to have love, yeah. Yeah, got to have love, yeah. You know you got to have love, yeah, yeah. Oh, give me, now give me your love. I said it, give me, now give me your love. Come on and give me, now give me your love. I said it, give me your love, give me love.
Good night, everybody. Thanks a lot. We're called Oroboros. Richard Thompson's up next. Thank you very much.